Chapter 88, Night. George. It was 7 at night, which meant the sun had set even though it was the summer because we live in the eastern part of the central time zone. We're very close to Harlem Lake, which is the terminus of the Green Line, said Dr. Morcassius. If they were taking us to Lombard, which is on the far west side, why would they be driving down this street? Hannah asked. Probably because they do have to take crazy routes to not give drivers an idea about where they're going, it's Dr. Morcassius. I'm hungry, I said. Then let's go to the McDonald's up the road, said Dr. Morcassius. Is that because it is fast food so we can get out fast in case we are spotted? I asked. Yes, answered Dr. Morcassius. It was about a 10-minute walk to the McDonald's, and when we got there, Hannah had a question for us. Can I just order the equivalent of 100 McNuggets for us to split if we want to get out here fast? Hannah asked. With McD's dipping and buffalo sauce, answered Dr. Morcassius. Yes, I said. Sam nodded. Here we went to the counter, and then we sat down at the McDonald's. Are you okay? Dr. Morcassius asked. Yes, I answered. Sam nodded. Good, said Dr. Morcassius. Do you think things are going to get worse? I asked. Well, we're going to jail when this is over, but I promise that we're going to save Mom first, answered Dr. Morcassius. How do you know we're going to go to jail and not to the asylum instead? Because we were just placed in an asylum truck, I asked. Wait until Sam admits he's killed people, said Dr. Morcassius. Sam then looked pissed, and he got out his phone. He then put on his notepad, I didn't kill anyone, in bold capital letters. Really? Dr. Morcassius asked quietly. Yep. Sam then began moving around and then used one of his full fingers as a bullet. Are you saying that people still guilty of moving after you fired them? Dr. Morcassius asked quietly. Sam nodded. Good, said Dr. Morcassius. I then raised my hand. Yes, Dr. Morcassius asked me. Do you want me to plan our next strategy? I asked. Just then Dr. Morcassius' phone went off. Hold on, let me get this text, said Dr. Morcassius. Dr. Morcassius got out his phone. The entire CTA is now closed, said Dr. Morcassius very quietly. All? I asked. Yes, all, answered Dr. Morcassius. Because of us? I asked. Most likely as much as I hate to admit it, Dr. Morcassius answered. That leads to the question I was going to ask next, I asked. What was it? Dr. Morcassius asked. What should I do for our next move? You figure it out, because we are near the Green Line, answered Dr. Morcassius. I then got out my phone and I looked up the hours of Garfield Park Conservatory. Garfield Park Conservatory is open until midnight tonight. Let's go there from here. That is a long walk, said Dr. Morcassius. I am fine with that because it is dark, and as long as we have to move fast, we won't get caught, I said. Hannah then sat down at our table. What's up? Hannah asked. We are going to go to Garfield Park Conservatory, I said. Why not just go to the Loop? Hannah asked. Good points, Dr. Morcassius. Because we will get caught easier at night because we won't be able to see the cops well, I answered. Good point, said Dr. Morcassius. Should we hang glide over? Hannah asked. No, we're going to run, I answered. Why? Hannah asked. Because if we are in the sky, we will be seen, I said. Good point, said Dr. Morcassius. You really seem to have thought this out, said Hannah. I know, I said. I then took a few McNuggets and then I began looking out the window. What are you looking for? Hannah asked. Just because I enjoy looking in the direction we're going. Sam then gave me his cell phone. What is this? I asked. It was a map of the route we should take to get to Garfield Park Conservatory from here. South on Harlem, east on Lake for 4.5 miles, I asked. Sam nodded. Good to know, I said. So we will be walking under the Green Line the whole time? Dr. Morcassius asked. The nice thing about that is that there are not trains to make noises, said Hannah. True, I said. What if we hang glide under the tracks? Hannah asked. Not at night, because we need to not look suspicious to make headway at night, I said. So, why in the day? Dr. Morcassius asked. Because then we will be able to see what we are doing better, I answered. I see, said Dr. Morcassius. Where are you going to sleep tonight? Hannah asked. In the slide, I answered. Pardon, Hannah asked. You heard correctly. In the slide, Hannah asked. Yep, I said. That seems far-fetched, said Dr. Morcassius. Well, we need to be protected tonight. That is the best way to do it, I said. Fine, said Dr. Morcassius. What time is the United States going to invade Robbinsog tomorrow? I asked. 5 in the afternoon, answered Dr. Morcassius. We will go straight there when we wake up in the morning, I said to Dr. Morcassius. Sam then lit up. Apparently he forgot to give Dr. Morcassius his briefcase when he got the weapons. Apparently he forgot his briefcase when he got the weapons. Thank you. If I forgot it would have been the end of me, said Dr. Morcassius. Sam nodded. Just for the news report came on in the McDonald's about us. Oh shit, said Dr. Morcassius. I'm full, I said. Me too, said Hannah. Let's go, I said. We rushed out of McDonald's and Sam ran in front of me. Sam, I said, but then I knew he was going to navigate me out there. Come on, I said. We then turned down Lake Stream and began running through a high-class area. How long is it going to take for us to get to Garfield Park Conservatory? Dr. Morcassius asked. Sam then gave Dr. Morcassius the phone. An hour and a half, said Dr. Morcassius. I then heard Dr. Morcassius sigh. Well, it is only 8 now, I said. I know, but still that is a long way, said Dr. Morcassius. I then turned around. We weren't being followed, so I knew we were safe. We can slow down, I said. Why? Dr. Morcassius asked. Fast it is, I said. After we traveled a little ways down Lake Street, we were in a lot more of a lower class area. Do you remember how earlier I said the Chicago Police Department doesn't know better? Dr. Morcassius asked. Yes, I answered. I would think the Chicago Police Department thinks we would be hanging in a high-class area because of how rich we are. Now we are, and in the low-class area where I know we won't get caught, said Dr. Morcassius. I see where you're going here, I said. How long does it say now? Dr. Morcassius asked as we needed to jog over, and the train tracks were coming over. A half hour, I answered. Wow, we really are making great time, said Dr. Morcassius. I know, I said. It was several minutes later, and we arrived at Conservatory Central Park Green Line Station on the ground of it at night.